Warning, content not suitable for children. Listener discretion advised, yo. Screaming Chewy Show, your source of entertainment and overall fuckery. Yeah! Hey, welcome to the Screaming Chewy Show. And hey, what's today's episode about? Well, it's about family, unity, and zombie chickens. They're out to get you. I'm just fucking with you. Anywho, yeah. You ever thought about what would you do if the zombie apocalypse broke out right now? You ever planned that out? You ever talked about, with your friends or family about a meetup spot in case of a disaster? Right? So you could find each other in this chaos, right? You need some organization. Well, me and longtime homie Juanito, we'll break it down for you. Things to do or consider in a zombie apocalypse. How to survive a zombie apocalypse. We got you. So stay tuned. We'll be right with you right after this message from our sponsors. Hey, you got this great idea for a podcast? You think it'll do very well? Maybe you're right, but you have no idea how to start it, right? Maybe you don't have access to a computer, maybe programs, it could be pretty complicated, right? Well, guess what? You don't have to. All you have to do is just go to anchor.fm/start. That's it. Or get the app. It'll do everything for you. You have all the tools, and guess what? It's free. Yeah, that's right. It's free, and you get paid for it. Boom. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, so go to anchor.fm/start and boom, you're welcome. So I look forward to hearing your podcast. Please jump on in and join me in this vast community of podcasters. Great. Thanks. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Screaming Chewy Show, another exciting episode. This is your host Chewy, and I got a special guest here, longtime homie, my brother from another mother, Juanito.
What's up, guys? I'm Juanito, also known as Pollo for some people out there. Chilling here with my homie, about to do this episode. It's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be epic, man. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I like food. As you can see, I have an awesome figure for a fat guy. It's pretty nice and round. I think round is a shape, so I am in shape. Love music.
Good point.
I'm a musician, so, little things about myself. Pretty old, so I don't want to say my age because I'm going to die soon, probably.
He's 53.
71.
And you're a good singer, too.
I sing a little bit. I dabble. I'm not the best, but I like singing.
We go out, get fucked up. You sing karaoke, and I just watch because I suck at singing.
Well, you do that tequila song pretty well.
I did do that.
You do that. We have to upload that.
I'm down. I think it's on Snapchat.
I still have it saved on my phone, actually.
Hey, maybe I'll add it in, bro.
Yeah, just add it in a little break.
But, considering there's not many lyrics in that song, I was actually a little nervous because I was like, don't fuck it up.
I know, you have to get the timing right because it's all about the timing for that type of song because it's only like tequila. But you have to get it exactly when the music
the music stops and I'm like,
what's the word?
Whiskey.
Patron?
Gotta love it, man. And hey, so, known each other a long time, played a lot of hours of video games together.
A lot.
Since the OG days of Halo.
Yup.
Or even
before that, because we would be playing freaking 64.
That's
back
right.
in the day, playing GoldenEye, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Those were like, that's
some good name drops right there, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep those rest to myself because People are gonna be like, "Damn, I forgot about that game."
And hey, we've had many conversations, sober or drunk, and we're like, hey, we love Resident Evil and horror games,
Yup.
movies, and we're like, yo, if a fucking zombie apocalypse happened right now, can we survive? If so, how?
I think every guy has asked himself, regardless of, there's been a situation where you're just hanging with a homie or a friend that, that brings it up and you never thought about it. And then at the moment you're like, damn, what would I do? What would really happen if that happened? Even if you never thought about it yourself,
Yeah.
But you watch a movie and you're like, damn, what would we really do?
Like you watch Zombieland and they make it look easy. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I could kill 10 zombies like that.
The cardio part seems
Yeah.
to be the issue for me. Like, rule number 1, cardio. Is like,
And they're like good shots, headshots every time. Like, can you shoot that good?
Are you really gonna have enough ammo for the rest of that movie for that one gun?
And they don't show behind the scenes kind of shit. Like, what if you gotta go take a shit? Right? What do you do?
That's true.
Somebody watch your back?
Hopefully, I mean,
That'd be the worst, right? You die while you're taking a shit.
yeah, you're like most vulnerable spot there,
Like
squatting.
Like the sloths, bro. When they come down from the trees, 50% chance they're gonna die when they take a shit.
Well, there you go. That's pretty much the risk you're probably running. You have a 50% chance of dying in a zombie apocalypse if you have to take a shit, guys. So wear a diaper.
Oh, smart.
And I just came up with that. I didn't even put that in the notes.
Damn, bro, that should be a good diaper, commercial.
Yeah, just in case of a zombie apocalypse, get your diapers.
With the whole coronavirus thing.
Yep, and then you can just take it off, throw it away, and keep on running.
Damn.
Use it as a weapon. Throw it at the zombie's face.
They get grossed out.
Start throwing up.
Oh!
You just launched the shit at me.
Hey, monkeys do it.
That's true, and it's a self-defense mechanism. I mean, we're probably gonna have to go primal on the bitch,
So, like first things first, I say the most important thing would be pick your weapon.
Yes, I think I agree.
Right? Before you even go anywhere or do anything, you pick your weapon. What would be your weapon of choice?
Well, I have a 45, which is my carry all the time. Obviously, I don't think I have enough rounds to get through somewhere, but I guess I'll have that and a baseball bat, because, I mean, I have a couple of baseball bats hidden, shovels, something. But I think a blunt weapon would be, because you don't have to reload, just swing and go, But I think a baseball bat and then my 45,
I was thinking the same thing, like aluminum baseball bat.
There you go. Aluminum too.
Because, like, if you have a sword, like, it's going to be fucking bloody as fuck. What if you get that blood in your eyeball and you're
Not
infected?
only that, I mean, if you're chopping down so many zombies, like with the sword or something, it's going to get dull at one point. So you're going to be just pretty much using a steel thing to hit something that's probably not even going to cut.
Get stuck.
You get stuck and you just risk, a chance of running away because you're trying to get your sword back that you got from the 99-cent store.
Knives and stuff, people don't think about this, but many knives have a slot or like holes in it and like a blood groove, because many times when you stab somebody, it's gonna make a suction effect and it gets stuck. Now when there's you're in a frantic panic, there's zombies everywhere, you want to get that shit as fast as you can. So you gotta think about what type of knife too, right?
That's true. Also, you have to use the shanking technique that they teach you in prison. I haven't gone to prison, but I heard. So it's a stab and twist motion. So it gets rid of that suction. Plus, I mean, in zombies, I guess it wouldn't really matter because their wounds don't, there's not like they're bleeding.
You just gotta sever the head.
Yeah, so I mean, you can stab and twist to get away from that suction effect.
And of course, this is if we're talking about the average zombie you see in the movies.
Of course,
maybe like Resident Evil, right? Or maybe 28 days later when they're fucking fast. That'd be pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, because I'm fat. So
I think we'd be fucked in like the rich white people area because they all go jogging and shit. They built their stamina.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably one of the places you want to avoid. Up in the north side of Tucson.
Hey, talking about places to avoid, what other places you think would be like a big no in zombie apocalypse?
I think it would just be like highly populated places, like the malls, hospitals, especially hospitals.
That'd be ground zero, right?
Yeah,
there.
that's definitely something you want to stay away from, or any place that's close to that, because you still run the risk. It has that radius, like parks. Well, I'm pretty sure it's probably not going to start at a park, or just in case, but there's a lot of people there, at least. But I'm thinking like malls or places like that have a lot of people in one area.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are places that should stay away from, like you said, hospitals, malls. Let me see what else. I don't know, like little shopping centers, because I know shopping centers.
Oh, everybody's gonna raid Walmart for ammo and shit.
Yeah, so that's like one of the places that if it first starts, I'm thinking that's where you have to lose that connection against other human people that are probably not turned yet, and be like, yo, you better step away from that, because me and my homies are about to take this, and you don't have a gun, we have guns, so move out of the way, please.
That's a very good point. And it's funny because when it comes down to primal shit, like chimpanzees, they have their own groups and their own territories in the jungle. Any other group that fucking goes in their territory, they're gonna fight. It's for them. It's simple. It's us and them, and they'll fucking rip your balls off, fucking rip your throat out, stomp you.
And they're strong, bro.
Yeah, they're like 3 times stronger than us.
Yeah.
So I mean, just ripping the balls off is fucking scary.
That's just painful.
But it's funny how it just comes down to the basic.
Shit. I think that's where it all gonna end up. If a situation would be like that, I mean, like you said, they have their groups. I'm pretty sure those groups is like friends and like family, because that's the first people you're gonna go to.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna need stuff. Obviously, everybody's gonna think about Walmart, but Arizona is probably one of the places that you're gonna struggle a little bit more than other places, because everybody kind of seems to have a gun.
Yeah.
But then again, most of our friends, we always pack. So I mean, I'm pretty
and we
sure,
go shooting, so
yeah. So
familiar.
we're not bad. So and then we know, little basic things here and there. Go around the corner, peek, move forward, try and cover, flanking areas and stuff like that. That way, and then plus, I mean, who hasn't been to the Walmart? So you kind of know like the ins and outs of the Walmart. How to
hold
go.
up. Okay, my bad. I had a little hiccup. Continue. My bad.
No, I mean, everybody knows their Walmart. Like we know this Walmart. I mean, I've gone to the Walmart down here in Tucson, down like in Midtown, but you're always familiar with that one store, or let's say Walmart, because I think
where everything's at.
Everybody, yeah. So entrance. I mean, you go there. But I was thinking near our Walmart, there's also a Big Five, which is a sporting goods place here down in Tucson. I'm not sure if they have it anywhere else. There's a Big Five, which also carries ammo, and they also carry some
and backpacks,
and
supplies,
camping gear. They have bows and arrows, which I was thinking, hey, if it comes down to it, you can just sharpen a stick, bro, and just start launching that.
Fuck it, whatever you got,
whatever it is, when it comes down to it. I mean,
hey, there's a hardware store right next to our house, so we could just fucking grab shit right there.
Right there, have a couple of supplies. There's also like one down the street here. I mean, there's that Big Five. But I think Walmart would be probably one of the places I would say, you know what, if we're going to hit something, we're going to hit it hard, it would be Walmart.
Just in and out.
Well, yeah, the first thing I would do would be like, hey, we're going to go towards the guns. If we have family with us, they're not armed, we're going to try and arm them as best as we can. And we tell them, you know what, you have to point it at somebody. If you have to shoot them, you have to shoot them, because it's going to be either them or us. You want to survive this? Either they can join us and be, hey, you know what, can we just go with you guys? We have cars, we can help you guys, this and that, cool. We'll let it go. But for the most part, it's like, go for the guns, go for the ammo, because that's not only going to help us against the zombies, but it's also going to be, probably going to need it, because everybody else is thinking just like you.
Yep.
We need to survive, these dudes are trying to take this, we need that.
And people are desperate, it's a different side of them.
So, you're gonna get that side from everybody that you don't know or just like running into. So from there, I mean, just go straight for the non-perishables. I mean, whatever you can carry, put it in a cart. hopefully have enough cars. I know you have a big car. I don't have that much big of a car, but
and that's funny too, because it's a big car and there'd be a lot of room, but it's a fucking gas guzzler.
That's true.
A bad thing
but
too.
Then I would think we would have, like, on the way. I mean, it's not like we're probably going to use it all the time. I would just be thinking, okay, since your car is a 8 cylinder, whatever, minus a 6 cylinder, we have a 4 cylinder. But at that time, we're gonna be like, we just have to stuff everything into the biggest car, stuff whatever we can.
And it's a beast, don't just plow through it.
Yeah. So then,
like protesters.
Yeah, exactly. The zombie protesters, like, don't kill zombies, like PETA for zombies or something.
Brains for everyone.
Yeah. I think just finding like a place to like, lay your camping ground and be like, okay, this is where we're gonna stay. It has this, and that.
So, what place do you think would be good?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, what I was thinking is just trying to find a place with at least like cinder block walls, like 6 to 8 feet tall.
Nice.
I mean, necessarily, doesn't necessarily have to be the best looking place, but it's gonna be easier to defend if we have to. From there on, I mean, we can build everything else. I mean, like you said, you have big trucks. We have Home Depot. I'm pretty sure it's going to be rated, but not a lot of people. If this were to happen, I think people that talk about this more often seem to be more mentally prepared than people that are not.
Exactly. You have to have a plan.
Yeah. So, I mean, even if this will never happen, me compared to somebody that's it's never talked about it. It's like, that's never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes down to it, if it does happen, guess who's going to have the advantage?
And talk about a meeting spot too, right?
Yeah.
Like us planning this out, we're like, hey, this is probably never going to happen. But if it does,
this is where we're going to meet, we're going to do this, or...
And just by doing that, you're more prepared.
Yeah, or just in case somebody gets lost, this is going to be spot number 1. If we don't find you in 3 days, this is spot number 2. And if you're not there, hey, well, you know what?
Too bad.
Yep.
Gotta move on.
Yep.
And I think it's funny you mentioned that, how people saying, they don't talk about this or plan about, what would happen. What would we do in case of zombie apocalypse? People think it's a joke, it's movies or whatever. But the fucking government has laid out a plan. They have trained their people to react or what they would do in case of zombie apocalypse. And it's called CONOP 8888. I think it's like over 30 something pages of the procedure. It talks about what kind of different infections there could be and what to do in every scenario. And you could download it on PDF. But one thing that I thought was fucking hilarious that actually mentioned on a government document, chicken zombies. And they even put a nickname for it, CZ, chicken zombies. And I guess it originated from, there's been cases where farmers that are in the egg industry, once the hen stops laying eggs, they kill it, and they do it improperly. They kill it by CO2 poisoning. Then, it dies. It's obviously dead. It's not moving, not breathing. And they bury it in a graveyard they have with all the chickens. But hours later, they dig their way out and they walk around and shit for a point. They didn't say how long, but a period of time, and then they die of organ failure. They don't know why. It hasn't. They just don't know why. Which is fucking weird, right?
I mean, it is, because they studied, especially if the government has like some sort of preparation. That means they've come up with some sort of formula that could be a possibility to that, because it's not like you come up with it. Oh well, just in case a zombie,
right?
We're gonna have to be prepared.
You think the president was drunk and he called the fucking defense guy?
Just make a document with a zombie killing, different cells of zombies that can be possible.
Yeah. So if the government thought about it,
that means that we're not far off, and it's not. I mean, it's a possibility.
There's another one also for alien invasion. And we could talk about that some other time.
That would be an interesting one too. Alien invasion. I mean, it's kind of the same thing as zombies.
So, yeah, right? In a different way, but we're being attacked.
Yeah.
Or a fucking alien virus, bro, like Dead Space. That would be scary as fuck.
That would be crazy. kind of like Halo. The
the flood.
The flood.
I think that's why I like Dead Space so much. It's like they spin that off and made it scarier.
Yeah, because that game was pretty like crazy. Like I remember when Resident Evil used to be scary. Now it's still like it still has it. But I remember I wouldn't play Resident Evil at nighttime.
Now it's more action, huh?
Yeah, it's more like action packed than it is more like scary. The remake of Resident Evil 2 was actually pretty good.
Yes, I mean, fuck, dude.
Well, Resident Evil 1, the remake of that was pretty good actually. It was, I mean, it was on point. But
it's legit.
Yeah. And then now Resident Evil 3 is coming out. Hopefully that doesn't disappoint either. I mean, I'm pretty sure it won't.
I mean, considering how they did on this one, the second one, fuck, dude, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game.
The hunters are coming back.
The hunters.
Those lizard things with the claws.
With the big claws, yep, that came out in Code Veronica.
Yes. I hated them because when your health is medium,
they still kill you, bro.
They'll chop your head off.
Yeah, you're done. Yeah, I remember you try to avoid those. But yeah, I mean, like you were saying, you know, if the government's preparing themselves for something like that or has some sort of document for just in case, I mean, why shouldn't we?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I mean, they're prepared for it.
They're prepared for, you know, World War III or whatever, and they were prepared for this, so what makes you think that it cannot happen? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And going back to safe places to hide, I made a little list here, but tell me what you think. So what about an island?
Islands would be good, and I thought about that. I was like, islands are good. It's just depending what's on the island. Because
nice.
Let's say if you go into an island, I don't know, and it's just has like one store, two stores, and there's like 10, 15 of you, 30 people with you, food is going to run out. That means eventually you're going to have to get out of that island to try and look for food.
And you need a good boat.
You need a good boat, and you can probably just fish. I mean, but you're going to have to be fishing. I mean, you're going to have to be really, really organized. I mean, regardless of where you're at, regardless of where it is, you're going to have some. So,
and what if there's zombie fish? You know, the fucking fish you eat are infected or some shit, you know?
Damn, I never thought about that. That'd be crazy, though. So, I mean, then you would have to have, like, a plan just to, like, have a boat, certain people go out, try and raid whatever they have to raid. People mostly that are more prepared. Obviously, maybe more in shape, I would think, because they have a higher chance of survival than probably me going. I might know, let's say, if I know a certain area and they're like, well, we need somebody that knows the area, it doesn't matter, you know, it might be easier to do that than to send somebody that doesn't know the area and they're more in shape, you know.
That way they don't get lost.
Yeah, because then they run a higher risk of taking more time or something happens and whatever it is. But you would have to be really organized to have like an island. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea because it'll be...
You're surrounded by water.
Yeah, but then again, there has been those movies where since zombies don't have to breathe, they can just walk down the bottom of the surface and they just walk back up.
I didn't think about that. Then you'd be fucked.
Yeah, so I mean, you're pretty much surrounded if they...
Then you'd have to swim.
Then you would have to swim somewhere with the zombies, you know, in the bottom of the lake, and you don't know if you're gonna get...
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's a good thought. So what about a jail or prison? And this is theoretically... I mean, I think it would only work if you have the keys, right? Because then you're just locked outside.
Or unless there's people in there, like the cops or whoever has the keys.
Like in the Resident Evil movie?
Yeah, and like, hey, you know what? We're civilians and we have guns, we have food, you know, we're just looking for shelter. You know, as long as everything is like in order. Also, like a jail, let's say like, you know, if we have 22nd down here. Or 29th. Is it 29th? Yeah, it's on 29th, I believe. And that's just a jailhouse. It's really not like where they keep like high-end criminals or anything like that. So that wouldn't be bad because, you know you're not like in that much danger. Like, I'm going to have my gun with me or, you know, my homie's going to have my back, whatever it is.
And again, well, honestly, I think a prison will probably have a lot of food. But, you know, it's just a question of is there power or no power?
Yeah. So that would be the next thing. So I was also thinking, like, I know Home Depot, I'm not sure if Big Five, but I know some places have like the generators, like gas power generators.
Smart.
So I mean, you get a couple, 2, 3 of those for now. I mean, you can power up whatever you need to, have some warm water, anything that you need. Because I mean, a lot of people take warm water for granted, but I mean, in the cold, trying to take a shower, because you also want to shower, you also want to be, your hygiene, because then you run a lot of risk of, you might not die from a zombie attack, but you're gonna die of an infection in your nutsack or something. I don't know.
Talking about that, that term commando.
Commando, yes.
So
no underwear.
No undies, and people laugh about that, but that's a real thing that happened in Vietnam. Our soldiers were deep in the jungle. It's fucking humid as fuck. The moisture builds up in your crotch area or creases, it stays trapped in those areas. And they would get what they called jungle rot. So you can imagine, I don't know if it's a fungus or some skin infection, but it was fucking nasty. And it's to a point where you're not 100%,
on point. Yeah.
If you're focusing on that, if you're scratching your balls, how are you going to shoot? Yeah. So they would take their underwear off and go commando. So maybe that's another thought, right?
Yeah.
Take a cold shower and go commando.
I mean, that's pretty extreme because we're in the desert. But, I mean, at least you have that just in case, we do have to travel out of our desert into somewhere else that, that is more, like, has more moisture or some sort of, like, island type.
Yep.
That you have to be aware of stuff like that. You have to be taking care of yourself and all that. I mean, that's also where maybe medicine comes in, maybe raid a pharmacy.
For sure.
At least know your medications, penicillin, Tylenol. Basic stuff that you kind of know off the top of your head that it's going to help with.
Or shit with cuts,
Yeah, like Band-Aids, bandages, alcohol peroxide, all that. Usually if most places will have like a first aid kit, that's probably when you want to go for first, and, just go for the rest, if you know your medication. Penicillin, there's amoxicillin.
Or prescriptions. Some people depend on medication.
Yeah, so you have to make sure you know what they're getting, get that. I'm pretty sure at that point, I'm going to be realistic. It's probably not as important for like the prescription medication. It's something that you would be like, hey, you know what? We're just going to grab these first aid kits. We're going to bounce. We're going to let stuff settle. We're going to get more organized. And then once we get organized, we're going to go for it. Unless it's something like, hey, I'm having a heart attack now. Then you're like, all right, cool. Get some baby aspirin and shoot on this bitch and go. That's a little thing I picked up on.
And one thing about how you're saying get more organized and stay together, I was reading about a line of fire. So it's a tactic when you're in a group. So you're in a line, but one of them's a little bit more ahead than the other one. The guy in front shoots. Once he runs out of ammo, you start shooting.
The next one.
So he could reload and just go back and forth.
That's pretty much, I mean, that's a good tactic. I mean, it's a lot of people think that more bullets down range is going to be more effective. But let's say you both have a 30-round mag AR or whatever it is. You guys are pretty 60 rounds, in what, maybe like less than a minute.
Yeah.
15 seconds.
People don't think about how fast rounds go.
They go, people think, oh, I have 1,000 rounds for an AK. Bro, that ain't nothing.
Like, we go out shooting, 200 rounds is like nothing.
Gone. Less than like 20 minutes, they're done. So that's why when we go shooting, we only put like 5 or 6, and that's what we practice with. But I mean, in some cases, it's not, I'm not saying it's not good to have everybody shooting at the same time. But when it's something more controlled that, you can have, hey, you know what, they're coming, I got this, there's 10 of them. You start shooting, then he starts reloading, the other person starts shooting. Because if you guys both shoot and one of you is like a really bad shot, and he has to reload at the same, and then you have your last round, you shoot, you miss, and now you have to reload, now both of you are reloading.
And they're coming at you, they're closing in.
I mean, it does take proper training. I think I'm mentally prepared to like reload and get it done, have to do what I have to do. But then again, I've never been in a situation where I have to be shooting and doing it at the same time. So I'm not saying that I'm going to be perfect and reload and do it without panicking. But I mean, you have to put that in perspective. Like if both of you are panicking and both of you are trying to reload, then both of you are kind of fucked in a way. You're going to have to run or you're going to have to do something, whatever you're trying to do, instead of having, him shoot his rounds, then switch while he's reloading. You get unload yours, and then switch back and forth. That way, you pretty much are putting rounds down range
consistently
all the time. Yeah, and you don't have that pause in between or that chance for them to advance to whatever you're trying to defend or position that you're trying to take over or trying to grab somebody that has fallen. Whatever it is, I think that's a really good tactic. I mean, that's why our
man, that reminds me of Destiny, dude. Grab somebody that's fallen.
Yeah, there you go.
I play with you guys, dude. I'm all drunk, dude, and I fucking die all the time. You're like, I got you, cover me. You pick me up, and then like
talking about dying. I want to get a shout out to Shadow Kirby. He loves dying. That's like his thing. If you send him pizza to his house, he would purposely kill himself. That way he can just eat pizza in the middle of raids.
Fucking chorizo.
Yeah, fucking chorizo. Jesus, that's his name. Find him on Facebook. He's fat.
Shout out, bro. Keep eating that pizza, man. Good job.
Keep dying.
So, what do you think about, for shelter, a castle?
Castles are good. I mean, they're brick, some sort of like, it's not going to be easy.
Got big gates. It's meant to take damage.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but where are we going to find a fucking castle?
That's true.
We're going to go to
castles in Cold
State. Yeah, castles in Cold State. One of those plastic castles that they have there. But I mean, castles would be awesome. I mean, any type of... I know, like, the houses back in the day were built, like, off of brick and everything. I know, like,
Stone.
the house... Yeah, the house that I always used to think about, like, stuff like this happening. And the house that I know, like, it was the house that I used to live in on holiday.
Oh, okay.
So...
The one at the end of the corner by the cul-de-sac?
Yes. No. Actually, the other one, the last one.
Oh, okay, at the end of the street?
Yeah. So that one was all brick. All around the house. It was all brick. So there was like no way to get through without brick. And it was, what was it? I think half of the house the wall was also bricked up. The rest was like a fence. But then we had like the, what's it called? Like the rail. They're all on the windows.
Oh yeah, the wrought iron, like rails or
like
bars.
Yeah, the bars and all that stuff. So those were all over the windows. And I don't know about you guys, but I live in the South Side, and we have the airport. We have the airport, so we would get this fancy luxury of having not the government. It was the city of Tucson. They would go and replace your windows with the soundproof windows. So they would add these bars that were, it was like a crazy amount of, it was magnetized to the inside because it had to be an emergency.
Oh, what the fuck? I didn't know.
So there was a button, yeah. So let's say this was my window. You have a button, so it's a little like silver thing. You put your finger and you push it, and it's a magnet to open up the bars. Oh, that's
fancy, bro.
It was fancy. The thing that I remember is, I think it was, I don't remember, but it was kind of like an exaggerated number. Like it was like 1,500 pounds of magnet. So
it needs like 1,500 pounds to pull it
to break it open. So I was like, holy shit, if something were to happen, we can just come here. They'll be like, oh, well, they can break the glass, yeah, but they're not gonna get through. Like, you're not gonna be so stupid to get close to that, And
but you still might want to stay away from windows.
Yeah, you still want to stay away from windows. Period.
You always see that idiot standing by the window,
trying to see what's going
on, and then the zombie grabs him and like bites him, because he's standing.
Now we have an infected inside the house.
Yep.
That's probably gonna be a white person. But
and then people don't want to kill him.
Yeah,
it'd be like, sorry, bro. I would say just, if you join the group, be like, we have one rule, couple rules, everybody get along, and then if you get infected, you're gonna die. Like that's it. We're gonna blast you.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work for me with my friends and family, but I know if it's somebody I don't know, I won't hesitate.
Hey, you know what would be a great song to kill zombies to? Some good old Uptown New York skate punk. Yeah, this is The Skeleton of It by band 9 Volts Short.
check me up. I can handle the rain. Our emotions run so cheap in this price game that we play. Hello, convenience, where's my friend? The acid in my stomach, curse the big dread. It's time to learn again, survive. By the best of our good skin, and on again. But today needs to start. I have no guts left to remain, cut out of the frame. Personality prepared for a washout of the rain. No faces, but it's sunshine. The actions of the first time, blocking out the sunlight. Again, survive. By the best of my good skin, it'll happen again. But the things start. Get well, survive. By the best of my good skin, it'll happen again. But the day needs to. It'll happen again. We did something tonight and can't make a hole with quality. Skeletons get fuckery. Skeletons get fuckery. Wow, yeah.
Hey, it's Angelica from A Little Bit of Everything with Me podcast, and you're listening to Screaming Chewy Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and review the podcast. And of course, enjoy the show.
I'd be like, you know what? You're infected. Oh, he wasn't bitten. Oh, well, shit.
And then save a bullet for yourself.
All the time.
Because if I got affected, I'll just blast myself. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why I say, I'm pretty sure it's fucking
Harder than
dude,
you think,
but
yeah. I mean, I think I would rather have somebody shoot me because I don't think I would be able to do it.
just close your eyes.
Yeah. Somebody I don't know.
Just talk
Just
shit
do
to
it,
him. Be
bro.
like, you have a small dick.
Yup.
You fucking small dick
Yeah.
bastard. You're a pussy. You can't do it. And then
Yeah.
they blast you.
Yup. Or you can just tell him you couldn't get Gefilter's mom. Everybody else got Gefilter's mom.
Everybody.
Everybody.
In fact, if you have it, you're not cool.
You're not cool. You can't be cool. The Kool-Aid man won't pop out and say, yeah.
And we make it fair, too. We take turns in who's going to be the conductor of the train.
Exactly. It's not like we're not greedy. You know, we just, all right, who's next? And we have to, 3 pumps, done, next.
Even though I like being the conductor because they call me Chewy, but I like to go choo choo while I'm hitting it. It just
He
feels
does.
more authentic.
It's really weird when you're like 5 dudes behind him and you just hear it. Or you're in the other room waiting in line.
In fucking Shadow Kirby's eating pizza.
Yeah.
What's happening?
He pretends like he can't get a boner. That way he can get out of the line and go eat pizza.
Damn! Hey, but for real, shout out to you guys. The UGF. Fucking love you guys.
For sure.
Okay, so what do you think about a boat or a yacht?
Those are good. I mean, those are good places depending on how many people you got. I mean,
that's
if you're
true.
going to have, like, if it's just going to be you and, like, let's say your immediate family, then I'm like, yeah, that's because that's what a boat is meant for. It's meant to have that maybe just one bathroom, or enough storage room for certain things that just for a couple of people.
And then I think it solved that problem where the zombies, where they walk underwater, they would need to swim.
Yeah, they'll need to climb up the boat somehow. So I mean, it definitely will.
But you would still need to go for supplies, though.
You'll still need to go
have
supplies,
that issue.
But then again, you're sitting on like your house. Your house is mobile, so you take it wherever you want. You dock it, get off, get on, and dip. You just want to make sure it's it has no issues. So somebody that knows some sort of mechanic, because if that shit breaks down, in the middle of you trying to get away with zombies and you're just stuck there. I mean, you're not only. I mean, let's say you can run away. But you're running away from all your supplies that, how long it took you. I mean, so at least somebody that knows, like, okay, it could be, I don't know, radiator. I don't know if boats have radiators. I'm pretty sure they probably do have some sort of radiator system.
Cooling system.
Yeah.
They use water. No, I'm just kidding.
They use water from the ocean to circulate into it. At least some sort of knowledge of it, because then you just don't want to get in a boat and then also be stuck somewhere in the middle of nowhere and be like, it doesn't turn on and shit. You have a paddle, because we have to paddle 200 miles.
Heavy-ass boat.
Yeah,
but that's a good point. And that reminds me of that game. We have it. Something 2. Zombie survival. State of Decay 2.
State of Decay 2. That's a good one.
So this is what kind of worries me. All right, so we're talking about if we would survive a zombie apocalypse, what would we do? But that's a survival game. Very fucking realistic. You have to get food and water for you and the people are with you.
Yeah.
If they die, they're dead. That character is fucking dead,
You can't get them back.
And there's other characters that ask for help, and if you ignore them, they get pissed off and they turn into enemies. Or you can help them and recruit them and you have a bigger family. But you need more supplies. And what worries me is I fucking suck so bad at that game, dude. You know what I mean? Like, my people die and shit. They're all hurting.
I think everybody like in that game has something to bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
So they say
perks.
Maybe, I'm not saying that you're not gonna be a good leader or anything, but maybe you're like, I don't know where to put this, but then you'll have somebody, like, let's say you are the leader of the group,
mm-hmm.
and somebody's like, well, we can do this, and you're like, actually, that's a good idea, so you're going to be in charge. They're putting something on the table, not taking your position away, you know what I mean? But I think everybody has that.
You got to know how to utilize everybody's
so let's
perks.
say, like, our friend Mark, we have Mark, Lee, Ray, they all know about cars. So, okay, so
that's true.
I think...
Hey, Mark, if you're listening, eat a dick.
Yeah. Big one. Or a hairy old woman pussy. I heard you like those.
Hey, that's how. For those of you listening, say you guys are fucking talking shit about these guys. That's how we roll. I mean, if they were here, they'd be talking shit right now.
They would.
Mark would be like, "You're fucking fat."
Yeah, that's his comeback.
It's either a fat joke or a gay joke.
But I think he's gay. No, I'm kidding. He's not gay. He likes
loves the
women.
cock. Dude, so I did an episode with him. A little side story here. I did an episode with him and Lee, right? I think it's episode 6 or something.
Were they married or were they divorced?
They were still married.
They were still married, alright.
And so it's called Saturdays Are For The Boys. Quality was horrible because I was using my cell phone in the middle of the table, 3 people.
When you just started, it's cool.
Yep. And we're all drinking, playing dominoes, and talking shit. But, like, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go take a piss. And I left it recording. And when I was editing, I could hear... I go in the bathroom and Mark gets all close, dude, to the phone. He's like, Drew's fucking gay. For real. He loves the cock. And I'm like, and then I get back and they're all quiet, like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, like nothing happened. I had no idea.
Until you started editing.
Until I started editing. And I don't edit a lot. I usually don't cut it out. I just add music or here and there. Or weird noises. But I heard that and I'm like, this motherfucker, dude. So actually I released it like that and I left it in there. But then like a week later and I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm taking that shit. So fuck you, Mark. Eat a dick.
Yeah. So I mean, so in that case we wouldn't need a mechanic. You know what I mean? Because we have somebody. At least we wouldn't have to worry about much about the cars. You know. But like I don't know if they know about boats. So like boat situations would be like, yo, I'm pretty sure they'll get a hang of it though, because
they're
it's like
mechanical
one thing
like
to
that.
another. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll be like, well, this is kind of like a radiator, this is kind of like a starter, whatever it is. You know, I'm pretty sure they're
And that takes a
smart
certain
enough.
type of person too.
Yeah.
There's mechanical people out there, like there'll be issues at work, right? Let's say a machine or something, and I've known people that they could be like, oh yeah, see this right here, that works like this, and I'm like, how the fuck did you know that? Like,
Yeah.
they just see it and they're like, oh yeah, it's simple, it's like this thing, or
For them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure they'll, like, somehow they'll figure it out. I mean, the people that we hang out with, most of them have a good IQ, except for Frankie. He also has a small penis. So, I mean, I think most of the people that we have around are...
be a pretty good group, right?
Yeah,
pretty
I mean, they're
well-rounded.
pretty smart, and I think everybody would have each other's back. They're
For
not.
sure.
It's not like a broken group. I know we have. So I mean, there's things that we, like I said, everybody has something to bring to the table. Somebody's gonna have an idea, and we just have to like mostly like listen to them, because I know a lot of people are like, you're stupid. You know?
Yeah, people's egos, when that gets in your way,
Yeah.
that's when you're fucked. But I think that's why we'd be a good group, because our egos wouldn't get in the way.
Yeah, I think that's
Like,
why. I think that's
if one of us like has an idea and you're like, fuck, that's a good idea, everybody's like, oh, okay, I agree.
Yeah.
Not like, no, listen to me, fuck him, you know, like.
Yeah, Frankie has a small penis. But I mean, I think everybody, like you said, like, you know how in that game, if you deny them, they'll become your enemies. If you recruit them, you know, you have to get more stuff. It's true, but then there's another hand. So you don't know, you know, all of a sudden this dude's like, oh, I'm, you know, I work on boats. It's like, oh shit, all right.
He's got a skill.
So now you're like, all right, just in case it's a boat thing, you're gonna be our boatman.
Or somebody that it's a gunsmith, so your gun broke. Hey, I could fix
I
that.
can fix that. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Or, hey, you know what? It's at my house. I have that machine to make bullets.
Oh yeah,
you know,
reloader.
A reloader, and I have shells everywhere. So now we're like, all right, you know, we have that.
Or
at
somebody
least to our
that's like,
advantage.
hey, I was a taxi driver. I know my way all around town.
Yeah,
he knows
there you
exactly
go.
the back streets.
All the
or-
shortcuts, how to get there, places to avoid. You know, little things like that. Everybody has something, you know, to bring to the table. That's what I think. And I think that's something that most people probably won't pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that's something... But, yeah, I mean, the more people like the game, you know, the more people you recruit, the more people you're going to have to feed. But then again, you know, you have to at least be useful. You can't just be that one person that, oh, I'm just going to chill here. And I'm like, nah.
And then, yeah, exactly. You gotta put in the work. You know, you want to eat? Well, fucking help out.
I mean,
you
yeah,
know?
if you're not, you know, if you don't have any sort of skill, you're probably going to be in my backyard cleaning it, bro. I'm gonna be like, go rake that shit up. Cause,
You're the bitch of the group.
yeah, you know. But I think everybody can help somehow. And I think in situations like that, because, you know, it's happened like when Katrina hit, this and that. You know, a lot of people, they become more helpful for some reason.
That's true.
Like when Christmas comes around, everybody wants to be all joyful and nice when you're a dick the rest of the year. But, you know, you decide to be, like, nice during December and November, and then all of a sudden it ends and you're a fucking dick again. But, you know, I think everybody has that. You know, they like, oh, okay, so, you know, so everybody would, I'm pretty sure everybody would be like, you know, what can I do to help? You
And
know?
then you also gotta think. You know, I think, of course, there's a situational or environmental awareness, right? That helps out a lot. But also personalities, right?
Yeah.
Because there's also some people out there that people forget that there's psychopaths out there that don't give a fuck about you. They just think about them. So, you know, what if they join your group and they just steal all your shit? You know.
But I think I'm a pretty good person at reading people.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, nah, this dude is like,
Yep, same here.
Because you'll get that vibe from them. Because it's not like they're just gonna be like, hey, what's up, guys? You know, I can help, whatever, and then they're gonna go crazy. They always have like certain patterns, or what's that word that I was trying to like signature little things that they all do. You know, like they're known as, I don't know, like
a narcissist.
schizo, because they all hear voices. You know, they all have something in common that they're always doing. So we kind of, I think, we have enough experience between all of us to know, like, hey, you know what? This dude sounds like he's a little off.
Tribe has spoken. Get out.
Yeah, or hey, we're gonna keep an eye on him, or and not try to make it weird too. Let's say if we do, but we're not sure, we'll be like, hey, bro, you know what? We just opened this new area. You're gonna be the first one in that area. Make it simple, just for them for you not to trigger something, because then you're like, hey, bros, you know what? We don't trust you, so you're gonna be here. So then you put that in their head. They're like, these fuckers don't trust me. So
or they'll be like, why the fuck do I always have to go to get supplies?
Yeah, there you go. So it's something like, you're like, try to make it nice until you find out if it's, because you're gonna know, because they're either gonna do something stupid, or they're gonna like say something to somebody or whatever it is, and you're gonna find out.
Especially in desperate times, like people show their real side.
They do, and it's hard to contain it in places like that. So you can't try and be fake in situations like that.
Or what about, like I was saying, different personalities? Just like in the game, like you have your main missions, right? Go here, get medicine, or do this and that. But then you have all the people in your group, and they want to do a mission like, hey, we have to go find my family. Let's go do that. And somebody will be like, no, we have to find a cure. Let's go here in this lab. Like, what the fuck do you do?
Well, I mean, that goes back to like being organized. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of things that you have to do. So you have to take a lot of things into perspective. So let's say the person with the family, because that would be something like, whether you like it or not, I'm gonna leave and get my family.
Yeah, we can all relate to that, right?
So in that case, we'll be like, okay, where is your family? Oh, they're 2 miles down the street. Are you sure they're still alive? Obviously,
Like,
yes,
is it worth
they
it?
just text me, or they keep calling me. There's zombies everywhere. They can't get out, but they're safe for now. But they're still there. All right. Where is this laboratory? Well, it's 2 miles down from his house. Cool. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get your family, get them safe with us, go to the lab, do what we have to do, and come back. If
or
it's
get
like
supplies on the way back. Or
something. Something like that, But then if you have a big enough group, now let's say it started with me, you, and I don't know. This is just, for example, me and you live together. So let's say, hey, bro, get your guns. We're bouncing. Get your car. I'm gonna get my car. Get what we need. We're leaving. You go pick up your mom. I'll be calling my parents. Hey, you know what? Meet us here. We get together. We're like, shit. Okay, so it's just us. So let's say, for example, I don't know. We find one of our friends. Let's say Lee. Hey, we need to go get my family. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. So now we have. We have what, close to like maybe 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Jesus, you stay here. Me and Lee are gonna go get his family, cause you know how to handle a gun. Probably my dad and your dad know how to handle one. Mm-hmm. I know my mom knows how to shoot.
My mom don't. She's fucking afraid.
And then my sister. I mean, I think she'll probably be afraid at first, so there'll be that little delay. So I wouldn't trust her at that moment to be like, here, do this. But then at least have somebody that I know is gonna be like, all right, I'm not gonna let anything happen to him. Same thing, like if you told me, hey, I'm gonna go with him, you stay here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna protect everybody equally. So then you can just go. And then let's say we find somebody else on the way, and they're like, okay, we have to go. So now we have, hey, you know what? Lee's gonna go with them. Jesus and me are gonna stay here now that we have a bigger group here, because it's less of a risk, sending people to just. And then if you keep getting like bigger groups, then you can be like, hey, you know what? You're gonna be in charge of going for families or picking up, people that we know. You're gonna be in charge of trying to find, some sort of, medication or like vaccine for this, or give this a cure. Find some scientists, whatever you have to do. You're going to be in charge of, protecting the perimeter, going this and that. You guys are going to be in charge of supplies. And then, so on and so forth. Having some sort of
That's
organized
smart.
Little thing.
Yeah, well, you're not all over the place.
Yeah, if it comes out to having that big of a group, which, I mean, it could happen, maybe can't happen. Like The Walking Dead, they were organized and knew what they were doing, because it's not only the only one that was a cop and had some sort of experience was... the main character.
Rick.
Yeah, Rick.
He was a sheriff.
Yes. But then when he met the other group, the Asian kid, which had no background, he had more experience because he knew his way around town. He knew the ins and out. He was the one telling him, all right, look, you're going to do this. You're going to come around this corner at this time. Then exactly when I tell you, start running, because you know, like, the timing. So he has the experience. So having trained for something and having experience for something, it's a lot different. Because you can train all your life to how to shoot a gun, or I can shoot a paper from 20 yards away. But then when you're in a situation with that paper is actually rushing you and it's alive, you're gonna panic. You're not gonna have the same concentration that you have when you go to the range and try to you're
nervous, sweaty hands.
Yeah, so I mean that's something that everybody has to think about. But I mean, if it gets up to that big group, then yeah, you can have like little organized little groups to do what they have to do.
And growing your own food, things like that.
I think that's pretty. I think everybody, that's pretty basic. Dig a hole, water it. Then you're gonna have to get some water if there's no running water. Rainwater. And
we got YouTube, so I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna be around in zombie apocalypse, but you can learn right now.
Yeah, just look it up, like how to get water.
And I think would be pretty good because I mean we go shooting often, and we know our guns. We got a good amount of guns. I'm not gonna specifically say all the guns I have because someday if they're illegal, I don't want people to listen and be like, "Oh, Chewy has these fucking guns. These are terrorists." So maybe I don't have them, right?
What guns are we talking about?
Like a AK-47 or SKS.
But I never seen those.
PTR 91, 12 gauge.
I only have a baseball bat.
But I only have one pistol, the 38 special revolver. I need to get a fucking.
I'm gonna get something
automatic, semi-auto. Because the reloading on that revolver, dude.
And you only get 6 shots, bro. So you better be good with those 6 shots.
And I don't think I am. I mean, I'm better with with your gun. I feel more comfortable shooting it than my revolver. Even though I like the grip better on mine.
It's like that skinny, I know what you're talking about.
But I mean, I do like the revolver. I mean, it's good for Russian roulette if you ever want to play.
That's true. If you ever want to play that one day, you can bust that one out.
Hey, like if maybe zombie apocalypse and we're just totally fucked.
Yeah.
Like you hear on the CB radio, government's like, hey, we're gonna drop a bomb in 30 seconds, and we're like, all right, dude, I want to play Russian roulette, bro.
You play Russian roulette with zombies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
hey, that sounds fun, dude.
You sit them down, you spin it, and then you shoot it. And if you're a lucky zombie, bro. And then you go up to the next one, and then you go to yourself, and then oh, all right, I'm not dying yet. And then
See, guys, that's a good idea right here.
Yeah.
Well, should we call it zombie roulette?
Zombie roulette.
Because there's no Russians.
That's true. Why do they call it Russian roulette if there's Mexican playing? Does it depend on the race that's playing it? Would it be like Mexican roulette? It's like, what's that? Well, it's like Russian roulette, but there were Mexicans.
Would the rules change with each ethnicity?
Maybe. Because we're more we're tougher, so instead of 1 round, we'll put 2 rounds in there.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, because we're crazy like that.
Fuck, that'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah, so.
Dude, in fucking 6 rounds, it's 6 chances now. Instead of 1 out of 6, it's 2 out of 6. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, and you can't put the bullets right next to each other, so you have to separate them.
It's completely random, huh?
Yep.
You put it and then spin it again.
And then put it on the next one.
I like it. I like it.
Mexican roulette. Fuck you, Russians.
So, what do you think about a bank vault?
Ooh, that's a good one. But from what I know, most of them are magnetized and they're timed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they're sealed. So there's a certain, let's say if they close the vault, let's say at 12, the vault won't open till 1:30.
So that could be safer, maybe?
In a way, but let's say, I don't know, let's say you run into that situation, for example, we ran out of water, blah, 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 and let's say you have a water spot already, you know where to go get it, and it's 11:30. It takes you 15 minutes go back and forth with water.
Oh, shit.
But you run into a situation. So now that 15-20 minutes turn into half an hour,
dude,
you're right at the door and that shit just shuts.
Now you're fucked. You're locked out, surrounded.
Yep, and then there's nothing they can do. Nobody can open it from the inside. You know, but I know that because that happened to me one time. Because I had multiple bank accounts, but I had one with the Bank of America, and I overheard them saying, "Oh, I just shut the door. It's not going to open till an hour from now." So I mean.
And that's a long hour.
Yeah, because I mean, regardless of how you see it, I mean, when you even when you go to the gym, let's say you were trying to run away, you go to the gym. I do cardio for like 30 minutes, and I'm kind of tired, but you know, it's not you stop and you're walking around, you sit down, you probably do a little bit of benching or some other machine, but you're sitting down, so you're kind of like resting in a way. But like in a situation like that, there's no way, you know, they're gonna keep on following you wherever you go.
They ain't gonna give you no break
unless you climb up in a tree, and then you're gonna stay there, and then you're gonna be like, all right, so what time it is? Hopefully you don't have like a smartwatch that you have to charge, because if you have to charge and you're fucked, you don't know what time it is. You're gonna have to be looking at the sun because there's a curvature to the earth, so you can look at things and stuff.
Because it's not flat.
Because it's not flat. I mean, it's a good idea if it wasn't like that. So you would have to find out, like,
if it's not time.
Yeah, like you can just open it, close it.
That's why you get a banker in your group, bro.
There you go.
Bam.
Or the manager.
He's like, I know the code, man.
Find out where he lives.
You're like, fuck the money.
Yeah,
I want shelter.
I just want shelter.
So talking about high ground, like climbing up, what do you think of a mountain?
I think it gives you vantage points.
The high ground, like in Star Wars.
It always gives you. I mean, I think that's like the best way to go with it.
Because you can shoot down.
Exactly.
And they have to climb up.
See everything coming, and they can't run straight at you, so they're only gonna come at one pace coming up. And there might be zombies that are fitter than others, whatever it is, but they can't. You know, there's a limit to what they can do coming up to you at a vantage point.
And they'll come down way faster.
Yeah.
Tumble down.
And especially if you're like in high ground, there's a lot of other strategies you can use to, instead of like using bullets or using something else, I mean, you can just grab, like, if you did an oil change on your car, you grab that oil, just like roll it down the hill and then light it up.
Nice. I thought you were going to say like Looney Tunes style, like make it slick and they just slide
down.
But lighting them up, I like that better.
Yeah, I mean, you can, I don't know, you can even put like the oil in like some water balloon type thing and just launch it at zombies and then just grab a bow and arrow with fire and just, I don't know, just have fun with it, you know what I mean?
Like Home Alone, but
there's a lot of advantage that you have when you're in a high ground or a high place like that than if you were like in flat ground and all was even.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Like in Kansas or something, you know, where just a flat area.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, because if you're surrounded, like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you're surrounded like up in the mountain, also the way down is a lot faster than coming up. So I mean, you could have like some sort of exit strategy.
Or just run down.
Yeah, or like, hey, you know what? If some shit goes down, this is gonna be the exit, and then you start working like a smooth surface, like a slide type thing, and you just like throw yourselves down there.
Throw the oil.
There you go. Throw the oil, and then just slide off, and then fucking just run, and then light it on fire if there's zombies behind you, and then you go.
But you gotta make sure to scream "power slide" before you slide.
Yeah, or else it's not gonna light on fire even if you throw a lighter.
You say "power slide."
Lube your ass on the way down.
See?
Just in case you get raped by a zombie.
Lube is very important for your ass, people.
Yeah, just like Vaseline.
The ass is not self-lubricating.
It's not.
and if it does, it's not lube.
Yeah. You better be wiping right with some wipies. Some wet ones.
Dude, I fucking never understood that. Like, I had a homies be like, yeah, I fucked this chick in the ass. And they told me they didn't wear a condom. I'm like, bro, I'm like, either he was lying or like, I'm like, I don't know, you got shit all over you got peanut butter all over that hot dog.
Damn.
And what if there's like peanuts? Like, wouldn't they like scratch you or something? Like, that would hurt, right?
I don't know, I never done it with.
Gets clogs up your pee hole. A peanut. Or what if you're allergic to peanuts, bro?
It swells up in their asshole.
And you can't get it out.
Damn. That's crazy though.
See, food for thought, people.
Ask for thought.
So, what do you think? Underground bunker, underground bomb shelter.
I mean, those. I mean, I think they're all good.
But then again, you'd have to go out and get supplies.
Yeah, so they all have like their pros and cons. I mean, regardless of how you see it, it's always gonna have. You know, you're gonna have to come up with a strategy regardless of where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're all good places. I mean, like the vault. You know, mountains, hills, anything like that. What was the last one that you said?
Mountain, underground bunker.
The underground bunker. I mean, as long as you have enough storage for everybody to leave comfortable, that way you don't, because there's probably going to be a certain point where everybody's like, oh, like maybe like 3 people sleeping in one room or like right next to each other. They're going to be irritated at some point. So if you try to avoid that, maybe more space, I believe, and like, but have enough storage, like food and stuff like that, to keep everybody happy. Obviously, we're gonna lose a lot of weight because I'm not gonna be eating as much,
right?
You know, I'm not gonna have Güero Canelo making me the freaking caramelos, the carne asada that are pretty bomb.
And unfortunately, Twinkies do have an expiration
date. They do,
so
they lied to you guys in all the cartoons.
All the people that bought Twinkies for $100, you got ripped off,
bro. You got ripped off because then the expiration said, you know, it's gonna expire like in 2 years or something like that.
Imagine they're like, oh, that's the expiration date on the wrapper, on the plastic.
Yeah, the plastic expires, but not the Twinkie.
And the one thing I think would also be something to consider was be aware of animals that are infected or not infected.
True. I mean,
because they'll be hungry too.
That's true, but I mean, like domestic dogs and stuff like that, they might be a little bit more aggressive, but I don't think they'll attack you compared to, let's say, if they were like zombified animals.
Here's another song by 9 Volts Short. This is Basement Song.
Lock and key in the basement. It won't come back, for it's already been said. This is checklist of the living dead. Shuffling toward their milk and bread. Take 12, I've done it before. Scraps on my conscience to the cutting room floor. Now the pieces are at the door. So I gotta know what is wrong with a fix like this. Now I've been stopping my life with a whole lot of nothing. In the effigies burning down below. There's no place for that smoke to go. Restricted pressure runs like hell through me, and you follow. No, it won't come back. 3 words already been said. Useless checklist of the living dead. Take 12, I've done it before. Grab some like talking to the giant roof bar. So I gotta know what is wrong with a things like this go. So it's something in my life with a whole lot of nothing. She's burning down below. There's no place for that smoke to go.
So, what were we talking about? Wild animals?
The animals.
Animales.
Los animales. Los tres animales de los Tijuanas de Tijuana.
People are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The toucans?
The toucans from Tijuana. The tigers of the north.
I think Tijuana is known more for donkey show, right? That's all you see on the movies.
Those are from Mexico, from what I heard.
I mean, I've been to Mexico a lot. I've never seen a donkey show. I mean, fuck.
Me neither.
Hey, that's another wild animal you'd have to worry about. Imagine a fucking donkey. Oh my god, dude.
You definitely want lube on your ass for that one.
That would kill you. Like your
Talking
guts.
about internal bleeding, or what was it? Organ failure from the chicken zombies.
Chicken zombies.
That shit will tear up your organs.
Then donkey zombies. I think the worst would be like, fuck, like bear zombies and shit. Oh,
Bear
dude.
zombies, maybe something like a fucking lion zombie, because they're not only like strong, but they're like really fast.
And think about it, there's nobody watching the zoo
Yeah,
during
that's
the
true.
infection.
But I mean, also like most of those animals here, at least in Arizona, they're in a zoo, so they're behind a cage or something. You know, they can't get out. So I think you just have to go there and just blast them, be like, let me put you out of your misery before you actually find a way out. You know, and something.
Hey, would a zoo be a good place to hold it down? I would eat some of the animals probably.
If before they get infected, probably. You know,
Right.
They're just right there.
Or was it one of the Resident Evils where the zoo got infected and the animals got out? Or was that another game?
That was probably another one because I mean, Resident Evil 1 was in a.
And there was lion zombies, I think.
Really?
Yeah. But it was a Resident Evil type game. I thought it was one of the Resident Evils.
No, it was. So it's the Resident Evil the Files.
Oh,
remember?
yes.
You were like the
From
off.
PS2.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
Because I had that one.
Yeah, I have that one too. You can play it online. It was like 4 players, but you were like off characters. It was like areas from the Resident Evil games, but you were like, I don't know, like the waitress from a bar and like the black cop and
Just the background people, right?
Yeah, like the background people, and you were trying to survive as them. And then they each had their perks. Like the waitress was like an ex-nurse or something, so she had like the herbs and all that stuff.
Oh shit, that'd be a good person to have, a nurse
A
by
nurse.
your side. But imagine there those hippie people that just use like lavender instead of like, you know what I mean? Fuck, are they?
Or like Mexicans that want to use Vicks for everything.
On beaks.
Yeah.
Ponte beaks.
Ponte Vicks, ama, tengo un heart attack. Ponte Vicks, ponte en el corazón.
Imagine, bro, you hear in the news the zombie apocalypse has been cured due to Vicks. Mexican moms all over the world are curing zombies.
To do a Vicks cross on the forehead and turn back.
Ay, con Dios. Hey, for real though, like, I don't know, it just brings up a lot of questions. Where would your soul go?
If you're a zombie.
Is it stuck in there and you're just trapped in a fucking body you can't control? And you watch yourself eat your family?
Well, from what I've seen, at least like in movies, and I think it's kind of like right. So when they kill the zombies, most of the time their blood is already coagulated. So that means that you're already dead because your blood.
So
only
your soul's
coagulated.
gone.
Yeah, so I think it's from like the moment that it dies, your soul's gone, and that's more like a zombie vessel.
That's a good
For the
point.
virus, but you never know. I mean, they could. You never know.
Dude, or Dying Light, that game.
The
Dude.
parkour thing.
Yeah, like that's like the best zombie game so far.
That's a pretty good game actually. That's not a bad
And
game.
I remember one time it actually creeped me out because there's the regular zombies and then there's infected that are like, I don't know if they've been infected. Well, they've been infected longer, so they're faster and
So
more
they're
aggressive.
evolved
Yeah.
In a way.
Yep. So they actually run at you and they climb wherever you climb. They fucking
Evolution
climb.
does exist.
Right? It's real.
It's real. It's more like an adaptation, but I mean, it's still called evolution.
Right.
Whatever.
But what creeped me out was talking about adaptation. I think this would be part of it because it was like all fucking fast, right? And they dodged some of your attacks on melee, but it was dodging my shit. And I fucking hit him a couple times, and it was a female, And she fucking dropped on her knees like, no, please help, I'm sorry. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I paused. I'm like, what? And then it's like,
it's all crazy. So it's like,
yeah, dude, fucking creeped the fuck out of me, dude.
Damn, that would be crazy though. Like, if it gets to that point. But, I mean, you won't know what to do till you get to that point because you don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't prepare for that kind of shit.
But then, again, you will probably have to have rules. You know, if they look like a zombie, act like a zombie, they're a zombie. So shoot them. So nobody plays zombie.
You'd have to be cold.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, like, you don't want to be, you know.
I think the people that would thrive, like, the most would be psychopaths because they would have no issue killing.
Cold-hearted, yeah. So I mean, that's true. But then again, people sometimes are like, you know what, they made their choice.
That's true.
Like,
and us humans, we're very good at adapting because think of how your life is right now, right? Like, there's many people that have a normal life and then they'll get kidnapped and held hostage for like 5 fucking years, and it's happened, right? And these victims, they adapt to their life.
Yeah.
They get raped every day. And like they have a horrible life, but they wake up and they're like, "Well, this is my life," you know.
Open my leg, take it one more time.
It's 3:00. It's raping time, you know.
He's not even good at it.
And some even fucking fall in love with
that actually has a name, doesn't it?
Stockholm syndrome.
There you go. That's what it was. I remember I heard about that. I was like, yeah, because I mean, it's like, how can I put this? You're like, that's the only person that you see. So I mean, like, how can you not like have some sort of attachment after? Especially if they're like, they don't make it seem like they're raping you. Like, let's say for the first, I don't know, 6 months they were raping the shit out of you, and then after that they're like, hey, well, you know what? Here's some food. You want something special? And then you start feeling like, oh, okay, so he's not raping me anymore. You know, I'm just having sex with him now. You know? I don't know, but you know, I'm pretty sure.
With your head.
Yeah, I mean, and so like you try to get him out of it. You know, like, no, this dude raped you. Like, he's still raping you. No, I'm doing willingly because you know he brings me a Big Mac when I tell him. I don't know, whatever.
Or they'll be in court, you know, and they want.
By the way, if a girl wants to rape me and you bring me a Big Mac, I would let you. I wouldn't, you know.
What if she has like a food fetish and like wants to slap the Big Mac on your chest and then have sex with you?
As long as she has an extra Big Mac I can eat.
Nice.
You know.
Get the two for one
then
deal.
You get the bundle. If you get the bundle, girl, what's up?
Would you do like some crazy shit like dip a chicken nugget from her ass crack or something? Be like, that ain't barbecue sauce.
God damn. It's like, why does this chicken nugget taste like corn and peanuts?
That's not ketchup.
Oh, hell no, dude.
And remember, you have a peanut allergy, so keep that in mind.
That's true, ladies. So anything but peanuts. But yeah, no, I don't think I would do that one. No dipping in anything else but an actual dipping tray.
People could get kinky with food, bro. Like, you could put a donut around your dick.
Hey, man, but that's cool. Like, she can put some whipped cream on some parts and, you know, I'll lick it off. But, you know, I don't think I'm going to be sliding anything on your ass crack.
You seen the grapefruit lady?
Grapefruit lady?
Yes. This lady, she's on YouTube. You can find it. Just look up grapefruit lady or grapefruit blowjob. And she has a fucking dildo. And she shows her technique of how to satisfy your man with a grapefruit. And she cuts a slice, like a round slice, and then make a hole in it. And then so her technique is she puts the grapefruit around your cock, and then she gives you a blowjob and strokes your dick with the grapefruit.
Wouldn't that burn though?
Oh shit, all the citrus. I didn't think about that.
That would burn.
But I think the most hilarious part is not only how she's fucking doing it, she's getting down, yo. She's got that technique.
She's like,
but the noise is like I can't do it justice.
Well, that was pretty good though. It sounded like my ex.
Hey, speaking about her, dude, she'd be a good one to have in our team. Cause you just tell her, oh, Juan fucked all these zombies when they were still alive, and she'd like run them over or something.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably work.
We could leave that alone, though.
I mean, she'll probably do it.
Hey, I'm just saying, you meet a chick, bro, be like, hey, you see this grapefruit?
This grapefruit lady on YouTube? You think you can do that? He's like, not much about the grapefruit, but the noises kind of turn me on.
Yeah, but use something smaller, like a lemon.
Oh, dude, that would like extra burn. I don't know.
That would burn.
Yeah.
Like, there's a technique, bro. Like, if you're gonna eat a chick out, if you wanna, see if she's clean. Of course, you smell it, right? First thing.
You drop lemon on that bitch.
Mm-hmm. If she squirms, she has sores. No, I think it'd burn anyway, huh?
So what do you carry in your wallet? Well, a slice of lime and a condom. So what for? Disinfecting.
I always tell people just put saran wrap over it or a fruit roll up.
Yeah.
You could probably give her a yeast infection with the fruit roll up, all the sugar.
Maybe you don't know how to eat it right.
You didn't lick it off right. Didn't think about that.
Yup. Because, well, I mean, I don't know, but I think I can eat pretty good. As you can see, I'm a pretty good size, so that means I can eat.
The question is, can you eat Jell-O without a spoon?
I definitely can.
See, that's it right there. That's a test.
Definitely can. Get that whole thing out of the cup. Like,
not one little spot
nothing.
left.
It's like all done. Circulatory, break down the rim, and then just get it out with the tip of my tongue.
See, ladies, Juanito here, you hit him up.
I do weights with my tongue. I'm at 10 pounds.
Cock push-ups.
Cock push-ups. I'm pretty fat, so it kind of hurts sometimes.
Hey, you just gotta do one. That's it.
That's it. I can do one.
If you could lift your body with your boner, bro, I mean, that's technique right there.
I never tried.
I tried. I just ended up falling asleep on the ground.
That's how it. What happened? Well, I don't know. Did I lift myself?
What was I doing?
You were trying too hard, bro. You passed out. Your face was all red. You're just like...
Imagine you like break your boner or some shit.
Oh, damn.
Now, okay, so that happens yearly. I don't know exactly how many people, but it's a common injury for people to break their boners.
Penis.
When it slides out and you miss.
And you hit it, yeah. I mean that hurts like a motherfucker.
Especially when they're really skinny, you strike bone. No, I'm just kidding.
There's no cushion for the pushing.
But like that's a common injury, and like, bro, like, what do they do? Like, do they put your cock? Do they put a caster on your cock? Or like,
I don't think they can, dude, because it's mostly like a muscle.
Yeah.
So there's no bone. So it's like, I don't know if you ever broken a rib, right? But people that break ribs, there's no way to cast them.
Because it's like cartilage around
Yeah,
there.
so all they do is they just wrap you around and they tell you, and they say that's probably one of the most painful breaks that you can ever get. Because there's no way to cast it. It's just, because it's, between, skin and all that stuff, they can't get around it. Like if you break your hand, obviously, they just wrap your hand.
The rib just floating in there.
Yeah, it's just there, it's part of like the cage, So, I mean, I don't think they can cast it. I mean, they'll probably tell you, hey, you know what, just take some pills and, don't move. I don't know. Because it'll swing around and hit your thigh.
Or like you gotta pee, dude, or you grab it, it's gonna fucking hurt.
True. I would just have to like stand on top of the toilet, like and just open your legs around the toilet and just sit and just like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, yeah, dude. I
guess you can do that. I don't know.
So keep in mind, if you break your penis in a zombie apocalypse,
You're fucked.
It's just gonna complicate more things.
Yup. So you might as well just stay home, relax for 3 to 4 months.
That's a long time without using your penis or like at all,
Yeah, that would kind of suck.
But imagine, dude, after it heals, you fucking either get laid or jack off. Like, it's gonna be a huge load.
Like crazy. Like milking a cow.
Oh my god! Which reminds me of a video Frankie once showed me, but we could get into that some other time. Or we could talk about it right now.
It doesn't matter.
So you guys listening, our homie Frankie, you know, he's a fat dude like us.
And he has a small penis.
He has a small penis. And he loves anime and porn. Maybe one of these days I'll get him on. But he's always watching like fucking crazy ass porn. Like huge fat ass ladies. Like one time, I think it was his birthday at his parents' house. I was like in my early 20s or something. And his sister bought beer. We were drinking beer. And I was getting high. And somebody gave me some Percocets. So I took those two. And I was partying, dude. And there was pizza and shit. And but then I started feeling like shit, dude. It was a bad mixture with those pills and the alcohol. And I'm like, dude, can I lay down? I don't feel good, dude. He's like, yeah, dude. You know, he let me lay down in his bed. And I crashed out and I wake up. And he's laying in the bed right next to me with his laptop right there. And he's watching porn. And it's these two fat ass fucking ladies, like huge. And their titties, bro, are like bigger than your fucking head. And they were like sagging like to here, like almost a belly button. And these two fat ladies like having lesbian sex, like sucking each other's titties. But like they're fucking huge, dude. And then I woke up to that. I was like, dude, what the fuck? And he just started laughing, dude. I mean, good thing he wasn't jacking off or some shit.
But you have caught him jacking off too.
Oh, we could say that for another time. But yes, I have. He's not lying. Oh, fuck, dude.
Put in your own glass, fat fuck. That ain't anymore.
But so this porn he showed me one time. Fuck, we went from zombies to porn.
And then we're gonna go into zombie porn for next episode.
The worst of the worst. Dude, I bet you there is zombie porn out there. There's gotta be. Anyway, we'll probably, let's say that for later. But so this video, this black dude with a huge fucking cock, obviously is fake. Okay. It's like fucking 2 feet long, huge. And he's, and he's fucking this chick with it in his first person view. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, get on the floor, bitch! Get on the floor, bitch! And he fucking blows a load on her face. And it's like a fucking...
Like hose?
Like the super soaker guns. Like, I was like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, why do you watch this kind of porn? Like, I don't know. But that's Frankie.
That is Frankie. I mean, he's the one that I remember, just really quick, that we can get back on the subject. When everybody was watching the 2 girls in 1 cup.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? And we were trying to find it. It's not, well, we were interested, but in the way because I wanted to, like, jack off to it or something. It was like, curious. Everybody's watching it, so I need to watch it. So I remember me and this dude struggled so much to find the video, right? And then we called our homie Frankie. We're like, dude, Frankie must know. Fucking did, dude. We call him up. He's like, yeah, dude, I know how to get there. So we go to this motherfucker's house, right? We're sitting in front of his computer. He's like, yeah, dude, you have to click on this link, and then you go to this link. And then from this link, you're going to go down here, and then you click on this. He went to like 50 different links. Finally, the fucking video's playing, and we fucking saw it. But it was like, this motherfucker knew how to get to that fucking thing. When me and this dude struggled, we're like, what the fuck is 2 girls in 1 cup? Because obviously nobody was showing it. And people didn't want to ruin it for you and telling you, oh, it's, you know, girls fucking shitting in a cup and then
like, all you could find is the people's reaction.
Yeah, you can only find the reaction. So I'm like, dude, we have to freaking, you know, it's like when they tell you can't do something and then you want to do it. So I remember we're like, dude, we have to see this. What the hell's going on? What is it? And I remember we called him up and he's all like, yeah, dude, I know how to get there. We went to his house and shit. We're like, all right, put it on. This dude's going through like 50 different links, finally gets to it. It's like, damn, dude, like, you know how to... Yeah, he's like, I saw it the day it came out. I was like, what the fuck, all
right. Yeah, dude, I'll have to have him on the show.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
And just warning guys, I mean, the whole porn thing, I mean, it gets bad when we get together and we talk about that shit.
I think everything gets bad when we're together.
Yeah, our sense of humor is pretty fucked up.
It is.
It is. Like we were talking about earlier, right? When people are like, "Oh yeah, I have a dark sense of humor," and you're like, "You have no idea."
Yeah.
Like you
I think so. Just like to lay it out for you guys out there, okay? So what you think is dark sense of humor is our like starter level. Like, alright, that was kind of dark, you know.
It was a warm up.
Yeah, I was like, that's all you got, bro? You could have gone like so much darker than that. But they're like, how can you get darker than that? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, you can just get darker. Like,
Yo, hang out with my friends.
I know, hang out with us for a couple. Like, hang out for half an hour. When we're all together, though, you have to get like the crew together. You're gonna get scared. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? I thought I was dark, and you know, you're in the light. We are the darkness.
I lose like half of the listeners. Oh, fuck this podcast. I came here to listen to about zombies. Now you're talking about this shit.
Fuck you guys. But back to the animals, I guess. That game with the zombies at the zoo. I think it was at Files. I'm pretty sure that's the game it was.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those Resident Evils where I couldn't exactly remember the whole thing.
Yeah, because I know there was like different little places you have to get different characters and shit. But yeah, I think it was that.
And the whole online thing, I think it was, I mean, it was like the beginning, but Xbox was way more ahead at that time, right? Because it was PS2. I didn't have one, but my brother, he had a PS2, and I bought the game just to play it on. And, yeah, dude, online, like, you couldn't even fucking talk, right? You just press the D-pad.
Yeah, and it would be like, follow me. Let's go. I need help.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's it. That's all you had. So if you wanted to open a door, you'd be like, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And people would just like look at you and like they'll be moving around like their character, like no, don't know what they're doing. Like, motherfucker, do you have the key? It's no. You can tell me like open the door and I don't.
Or you're like down and they're like, help.
Yeah.
Help.
And just walk by you. They're like, fuck you, there's a zombie behind you. You know, it's like but yeah, that was pretty weird.
Xbox was way ahead. I mean, like you said, it still is.
I mean, online, yeah. I mean, I think it has a lot better features than PS. I mean, I clown a lot on PS4, or PlayStation period, but I mean, it's good. I just rather play Xbox. I mean, it's more. I think there's a lot of little kids on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have all those little kids trying to watch Twitch and that ninja guy on.
The ninja guys have to do with the color hair.
Well, he colors it blue or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good player. He's good, but I mean, it's weird because now, like, our generation, we play the games. You know, we want to play. We go to all previews. We want to play the demos. Like, I know my godson for one, and then there's a couple other kids that they'll just chill on their phone, watch somebody play a video game. So I'm like, how are you having fun watching this dude play the game instead of you playing the game?
You know what's funny? You mentioned that. Fucking my nephew, dude, Xavier. He's gonna be 4 in a couple months. Okay, dude. So my parents, they got a smart TV in the living room. He already knows how to put Netflix, YouTube. He'll put on his little cartoons. He loves Spider-Man and Mickey Mouse. I went to their house the other day. They had been babysitting him, and the TV was still on. And he was watching somebody play a Mickey Mouse game. So I don't know if it was like Kingdom Hearts. I don't know what game it was, but it was somebody was
playing a game.
I'm like, a fucking 3-year-old is watching somebody play video games. Like, what the fuck?
It's crazy though how it's gone there because I think most of the people that you meet now on Xbox, like you would think, you know, oh, only kids have been playing, oh, teenagers, but like you talk to people on there, like, hey bro, how old are you? They'll be like, oh, 26, you know, 30. They're all like older people.
Or Guardian.
Yeah, or 94 fucking dying. Fucking, who was it that thought, oh, I think it was Gofilta. I was like, or was it you? I think we were playing and you're like, who the fuck is snoring coke?
Oh yeah!
In the background because I guess the lady was on oxygen. So
I feel bad, dude.
She's like, I don't know how.
It just stops to it and he's like,
yeah. She would be playing with us and she had like this like typical nerd like voice, like, all right guys, so we're gonna go get the raid, right? And then in the background you would just hear. We're like, what the fuck? At the beginning, we're like, all right, we'll let it slide. But then it'll be like every couple of seconds, and we'll be like, what the fuck? dude. Like, and then I remember, I think it was you. You're like, who the fuck is snorting coke?
And it literally sounded like somebody.
Yeah, it was snorting. So I was like, what the hell? No, like, really, what is it? And I guess later we found out that she's like on an oxygen tank or something like that. So I was like, oh. And then we haven't seen her on. So rest in peace, Guardian.
It's okay. She's old. She probably don't listen to podcasts.
She's probably dead.
That's fucked up, dude. Like, that reminds me of this old lady I used to prank call all the time.
Oh, I remember that.
She stopped answering. I'm like, I hope she's okay. I mean, hope she has life alert. She'd always be like,
I have fallen and I can't get up.
you son of a bitch.
I remember when you told me about that. That shit sucks.
But, yeah, so I'm gonna wrap it up. And, yeah, maybe next time we can talk about video games or something.
I'm down, bro.
Talk about anything. Maybe I'll bring the crew and we'll bullshit.
Just fucking bullshit. Throw some random shit out there. You guys better get prepared for that shit.
Oh, shit, you heard it, guys. You heard it. So, yeah. And, hey, man, thanks for being on.
Anytime, bro. It's
been a
about
pleasure.
time that you actually got me on.
Right?
I know.
A lot more to come.
I know. We're going to get a lot of views because I'm awesome.
Could you guys believe this is his first time, too?
It is my first time. You guys unvirginized me.
I popped his podcast cherry.
He did. And it didn't even hurt. He's a professional.
But hey, he did it very well, man.
Thank
Good
you,
stuff. And hey guys, thanks for listening. And later.
When you finally learn to hold your best, the world keeps cheating and you're worried about 3 minutes or less. Just give me one. Got it and make the circle small. It just closes in on truth. I need a crit to win it. Yet I'm taking it from you. I am a world superpower. I am the world superpower. I am the world superpower. I am a world of both the suspectors and tears. They try to put me in there. Swords are swinging their worst fears. Survival. So when they set the barn on fire, watch me kick the ladder down. This is the domain of the quirky, smiling, tilted crowd. I am a world superpower. I am a world superpower. I am a world superpower. I am a world, and I'll go until there's nothing left. I'm scorched to red. If it don't shine, I just self-reset.
So, can you survive the zombie apocalypse? Maybe, right? Honestly, I don't know if I could, as you heard. But we got maybe some plans, got some, thought some of it out. So, if it does happen, I hope some of you take some tips from this episode and maybe you'll survive. But hey, it went from zombies to video games to some raunchy ass shit. And that's just typical conversation between me and my homies. And I hope you enjoyed it. I really do fucking appreciate you tuning in and listening. I cannot say that enough. Talking about tuning in, if you really enjoyed the music I featured in this episode, check out band 9 Votes Short. Yes, check them out on Facebook and Instagram, same name, 9 Votes Short. Or check out their SoundCloud. It's soundcloud.com/9-votes-short. Or you could check out their Bandcamp. 9votesshort.bandcamp.com. Go check them out. And thanks for listening, everyone. Later. Hey, thanks for tuning in for another episode of Screaming Chewy Show. See you next time. Yeah.